In this video, we are going to discuss about parallel resonance circuit. This is also called as a register circuit. So here R, L and C are connected in parallel, and Vs is your AC supply. And here the current flowing through this one is, let me term it as IS. So you can write admittance Y is equal to 1 divided by R plus 1 divided by j omega L plus j omega C. So this I can write it as G. 1 divided by R I can write it as G. Minus, if I multiply j and j, I will get minus j divided by omega L plus j omega C. Okay. So if I take j common, I will get omega C minus 1 divided by omega L. This is your Y. So if I take modulus of this value, I will get root of G square plus omega C minus 1 divided by omega L. Okay. So at resonance, we know that this omega C is equal to omega L. So therefore I can write omega square is equal to 1 divided by LC. Okay. So what is omega? Omega is equal to 1 divided by root of LC, and omega, so F is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root LC. So this is nothing but your resonance frequency. Okay. So this I can write it as F naught also. Okay. In terms of hertz. So we know that V is equal to IR. Okay. So therefore I can write it as V Z. Okay. So I can write it as Vy is equal to I. Okay. So here if you see, I can write what is if I want to find the current through the this resistor, okay, I can write Ig. Okay, Ig is equal to this is Vs. Okay, since the voltage across this one is always same, across this one is always same, so I can write Is Vs into this is Yg, right? Here Y I can write it as G. Okay, it's equation. And second, this is at resonance. Okay, if I want to find the current that is flowing through this resistor, okay, that is Ig. So if I want to find the current that is flowing through the IL, I can write Vs. Okay, Vs. What is Y? Y is nothing but what is Y? Y is nothing but 1 divided by j omega L. So if I take modulus of this value, I will get Vs divided by omega L. That is omega naught L. Okay. So how to write Vs? Vs is equal to Ig divided by G. Okay. Ig or at resonance, Ig is nothing but Is, right? So I can write Is divided by G into omega naught L. Okay, so this I can write it as R divided by omega naught L Is. So this is nothing but Q into Is. Where your Q is nothing but R divided by omega naught L. So here Q represent the quality factor. In similar way, I can write IC. What is IC? IC is equal to Vs into J omega C. Right? So if I want to, if I take modulus, I can write omega naught C. Okay. And Vs I can write it as Is divided by G at resonance. Okay. So this is nothing but Is into Q, where your Q is nothing but omega naught C R. Okay. So here you can see the impedance is maximum. Therefore, the current is minimum. Okay. So that is why it is called as acceptor circuit. Sorry, rejector circuit. Okay. So since if this is I, they are telling that the current is minimum. Okay. So this is your minimum current, I minimum. Okay. So if Q is if this is Q, it look like this, and if I increase the value of you can see the bandwidth, if it is increased, it will look like this. Okay. So here the selectivity is high. Okay. And here it is low. Q is low. And here bandwidth. Okay, bandwidth is high. Okay, compared to this one. Okay. So exactly opposite, I can write it. Can draw it for the impedance. Okay. So here the impedance is maximum. So here this circuit is called as a band stop filter. Okay, band stop filter or band reject filter. So at resonance, you know that the voltage and current are in phase, right? So here Z value is maximum, and you know that if I want to find the bandwidth, I need to calculate F1 and F2, right? So what is bandwidth? Bandwidth is equal to F2 minus F1. So this is nothing but Z max divided by root 2. So this I can write it as V divided by root of 2I. Right. So we know that what is Y. So this is your Y, right? This is your Y from A. So here you can see Vy is equal to I, right? So from this I can write V by I is equal to 1 divided by Y. That is equal to 1 divided by root of G square plus omega C minus 1 divided by omega L the whole square. Okay. So here only at half power bandwidth we are bandwidth. So therefore I can write it as I can write this one as V divided by root of 2I. Okay. And what does I by V? I by V is nothing but 1 divided by root of Y. Okay. So I can write it as G square V by I. This is nothing but I by V. Okay. This is I by V plus omega C minus 1 divided by omega L the whole square. So at resonance, you know that I by V is nothing but G. Right. So I can write root of 2G is equal to root of G square plus omega C minus 1 divided by omega L the whole square. So if I take root value, I will get 2G square is equal to G square plus omega C divided by omega L the whole square. So G square is equal to omega C minus 1 divided by omega L the whole square. So I can write omega C minus 1 divided by omega L is equal to plus or minus G. So this I can write it as omega 2C minus 1 divided by omega 2CL is equal to G. So this is your third equation, and omega 2C plus minus 1 divided by omega 2L is equal to minus G. This is your fourth. Omega 1. If I add this 2 and 4, I will get omega 2 plus omega 1C minus 1 divided by omega 2 plus omega 1 divided by 1 by L is equal to 0. Okay, so omega 2 plus omega 1 C, that is equal to omega 1 plus omega 2 divided by omega 1 omega 2 L. Okay, so here these two get cancelled out. So I can write 1 divided by LC is equal to 1 divided by LC is equal to omega 1 omega 2. So what is 1 divided by LC? 1 divided by LC is equal to omega naught square, right? From this equation. Okay. From 5. Therefore, omega naught is equal to root of omega 1 omega 2. So I am going to subtract this 4 and 5. 3 minus 4. Okay. So if I subtract, I will get omega 2 minus omega 1 C plus 1 divided by omega 1 minus 1 divided by omega 2 into 1 by L, that is equal to 2G. So if I subtract, I will get omega 2 minus omega 1 plus 1 divided by omega 1 minus 1 divided by omega 2, that is equal to 2G. So here omega 2 minus omega 1. I am going to divide the whole term by c. Okay, so this is omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by omega 1 omega 2 1 divided by LC, that is equal to 2g divided by L. So C. So these two get cancelled out, right? Because 1 divided by LC is equal to omega naught square. Omega naught square is equal to omega 1 omega 2. So this I can write it as 2 omega 2 minus 2 omega 1 is 2 omega 2 minus 2 omega 1 is equal to 2g. So g by c. So I can write omega 2 minus omega 1, that is my bandwidth, is equal to g by c. G I can write it as 1 divided by RC. Okay. So if I want to write it for F2 minus F1, that is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi RC. So this I can write it as F2 minus F1, that is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi RC plus 1 divided by 4 pi RC. So if I cancel, I will get, if I add this two, I will get 1 divided by 2 pi RC plus FR minus FR. So from this I can write F2 is equal to FR plus 1 divided by 4 pi RC. This is equal to FR plus bandwidth. Bandwidth is, this is your bandwidth. Okay, that is 1 divided by 2 pi RC divided by 2. So I can write F1 is equal to FR minus 1 divided by 4 pi RC. That is equal to FR minus bandwidth divided by 2. So this I can write it again as omega 2 is equal to omega r plus bandwidth divided by 2, or omega 1 is equal to omega r minus bandwidth divided by 2. Okay, so this is your 6th and 7th equation. This is your half power frequency. Okay. So you know the formula for Q. Q is equal to 2 pi into maximum energy stored per cycle, that is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi. 2 pi into 1 divided by 2 C V square divided by maximum energy the energy that is dissipated. That is nothing but I square R into 1 by F. So this I can write 1 by 2 get cancelled out, and can write 2 pi FC V square I can write it as IR square. Okay, I square R. So I can write this is omega naught C. 2 pi F I can write it as omega naught C. I can write it as I square R square divided by I square R. That is equal to omega naught C R. This is your Q. Q is nothing but your quality factor. Okay. I can also write it as R divided by omega naught L. So from this equation I can substitute omega naught is equal to root of LC, right? So if I solve, I will get R into root of C by L. This is your Q. Okay. So let me take this equation, third equation. So what is third equation? Omega 2 C minus 1 divided by omega 2 L, that is equal to G. So omega 2 C minus omega 2 L, that is equal to G. Okay, so multiply multiply omega 2 on both sides. If I multiply omega 2 on both sides, I will get the equation like this. Okay, so divide the whole term by C. So we will get this equation. Okay, so If I solve the quadratic equation, you will get omega 2 is equal to minus b. Minus b is nothing but minus g divided by c. This is your b, plus or minus b square. B square is g divided by c the whole square, minus 4a. A value is 1 and c value is minus 1 divided by lc, divide by 2a. A value is 1 here. So if we solve, I will get g by c plus or minus root of g by c the whole square plus 4 divided by lc. So if I bring this 2 here, I will get 2 and 1 by 2 actually. So if this 2 goes inside, I will get g divided by 2c is like g divided by 2c plus or minus g by 2c the whole square plus 1 divided by lc. Okay, g I can write it as r, right? This is for omega 2. So similar way, if we solve it for omega 1, you will get minus 1 divided by 2 rc plus or minus root of 1 divided by 2 rc the whole square plus 1 divided by lc. So if we solve, you will get omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to 1 divided by rc.